Welcome to the campus of Western Washington University here in Bellingham, Washington. Inside Carver Gym at WECU Court, I'm Sean Wally, joined tonight by Matthew Bissett as we welcome in the Simon Fraser clan to take on the Western Washington Vikings. The clan, they're licking their wounds of late. They've lost 4 in a row, but one of those losses, a very close 1-point loss to Central Washington. The clan, they're led in scoring by Othniel Spence.
Spence comes in averaging 14.8 a game. At 6'1", he's going to have the ball in his hands often. I hope they're ready to D up the Vikings are tonight.
The Vikings big men better be ready for good post play because they're going to get everything they can handle from Julian Roche.
Yeah, the 6'11" redshirt sophomore from New Brunswick. He's a load inside at 230 pounds. The Vikings going to have to rebound well tonight.
The Vikings looking for home cooking tonight, coming off last weekend's road trip where they split. They lost at Northwest Nazarene, but then beat Central Washington. Having a great game at Northwest Nazarene with 21 points was Leif Anderson.
Yeah, Leif, the local product, 21 points, only averaging 7.2 a game on the year, nearly tripled that in one night.
And you can't mention the Vikings without TJ Trevor Jasinski.
It's a big week for TJ. Just got named to the watch list, the top 100 watch list for the Bevo Francis Award. A huge accomplishment. Can't wait to elaborate on that as the night progresses.
Coming up next here from Bellingham, it's the Clan and the Vikings right here on Vikings TV.
Fans, at this time, we'd like to ask you to rise and remove if you are able. Tonight, we will honor both Canada with the anthem. We would ask Fans, it's time now to meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest as your Vikings play host to Simon Fraser University. First, we'll meet the visitors from Simon Fraser at guard, a 6'1 junior, 0, Othanel Spence. At guard, a 6'4 freshman, number 10, Wilfred Balata. At guard, a 6' junior, number 20, Michael Provenzano. At forward, a 6'8 sophomore, number 22, Jasdeep Singh. And at center, a 6'11 sophomore, Julian Roach. Simon is coached by Steve Hansen. He is assisted by John Curio, Brett McDonald, Danny Charlery, and Ibrahim Bayazet. Viking fans, are you ready? It's time now to meet the starting lineup for your Vikings. At guard, a 6'1 senior wearing number 1, Tyler Payne. At guard, a 6'1 junior, number 13, L.A. Leif Anderson. At forward, a 6'7 freshman, number 20, Jalen Green. A 6'8 sophomore forward, number 21, L.L. Luke Lovelady. And at forward, a 6'7 junior, number 24, T.J. Trevor Jasinski. Your Vikings are coached by Tony Dominguez. He is assisted by David Dunham, Bob Hofstetter, and Otavio Jude. 6-man, it's game time!
Good evening and welcome inside Western Washington University. Sean Wally and Matthew Bassett with you here on Vikings TV and our entire Vikings TV crew as we get set for the Vikings and the Clan. Matthew.
Yeah, I'm juiced for this one. I mean, anytime you have geographical rivals, these two teams in the GNAC are the closest geographical rivals of any team for Western Washington. So it always adds an extra element when you get something like that.
Lovelady and Roche jump it up, and Western wins the tip. Just beginning first half of play here in Bellingham. Green, top of the key. Payne with it, left-hand dribble. Working off the Lovelady screen. The jumper from 15. Payne gives the Vikings a 2-0 lead.
That's a good-looking screen and roll there to start in the first possession for the Vikings. Payne comes off that pick and pops the elbow jumper. Great start.
Down low, the big man, that's Roche. Clan go right back to him from the elbow. Backing down on Lovelady, off glass, and in Julian Roche.
And that's the matchup, right? 6'11", 230-pound Julian Roche, the redshirt sophomore. How does Lovelady and company deal with him the entire night here?
All tied at 2, 1 minute in here at Carver Gym on WECU Court. Anderson with it for the Vikings. Now Payne. Payne going baseline. Ball is loose. Payne gets it back somehow to TJ. 4 to shoot. Anderson for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Leif Anderson, 5-2 Vikings.
Leif Anderson, the local boy. We talked about him in the open. Coming off that 21-point performance. Starts hot here, knocking down a triple with a quick release.
To the rack, that shot rejected by Lovelady. Vikings on the attack. Green going baseline. Gets cut off. Lovelady hands off to Anderson. Luke gets it back, driving the right side of the lane, gets the roll, and it's 7-2 Vikings.
And that's exactly what I think you want to do if you're Lovelady. Get the big man out on the floor, see how he can move his feet. I like that, and he attacked the rim, finished over the 6'11" Roche.
Speaking of Roche, he had the ball momentarily. Now he sets the screen, playing a 2-man game. Ball deflected by the Vikings, and Anderson comes away with it. Anderson ahead to Lovelady. Ball knocked out of bounds. Will be Viking basketball with 17:47 to play first half here in Bellingham. 7-2 Vikings.
I like the way Lovelady's starting this one. You and I talked about it off the air before the game, and see how Lovelady would react to. You don't go up against somebody 6'11" every single night in the GNAC. So going up against somebody like this, how do you respond? Lovelady got his hands on that pass on the defensive end and then ran the floor well.
Look out if Jasinski gets hot this early. A 3 from deep. 10-2 Vikings. Clan wasting no time, coming right back. That's Jasdeep Singh, the miss from close. An 8-point Viking lead, and they have the ball.
Yeah, Jasinski in 6 conference games so far, averaging 20.8 a game.
Green, a 3-ball that hits the iron. Back come the Clan. Provenzano hands off to Roche. Roche, his shot is short. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by the Vikings.
That's just unlucky right there for the Vikings. Lovelady and Jasinski were both being aggressive. All right, here you see that bucket by Lovelady as he took Roche off the dribble. I like that. Get the big man moving his feet. But just a moment ago, unlucky by the Vikings. They were being aggressive on the glass, and Jasinski and Lovelady kind of fought over a rebound and went off of Western Washington, and it'll stay with Simon Fraser.
Jalen Green hit with the foul as the Clan were looking to inbound the ball on the baseline, and they do get it in. That's Spence. Spence goes cross court, and the jumper is short. That's an air ball by Singh. Clan get the rebound. They go right down low to yet another big man for the Clan. Jasdeep Singh at 6'8". He is fouled, and that is 2 quick fouls on Jalen Green.
And you see the foul here. Good move down low by Singh. And then, yeah, definitely Jalen Green kind of came into him with the body and had some arm contact up top as well. But you see Roche got the offensive rebound that extended the possession. That's what you can't afford if you're the Vikings. That's essentially a 3-shot possession for Simon Fraser after the first rebound went off of Lovelady and Jasinski, and then Roche gets an offensive rebound. You can't afford to do that. You got to rebound better on the defensive side of the ball.
See Cam Rutherford checking in for the Vikings. Green will take a seat with 2 early fouls. 16:51 to play first half. Free throws are missed, but we'll have a foul on Simon Fraser as Lovelady was pushed by Spence.
And might I add, we talked about the rebounding just a moment ago. Might I add, Western Washington is 3rd in the GNAC in rebounding differential. So getting beat on the boards is not something that Western Washington is used to, and I'd imagine they're going to correct things as the game progresses.
10-3, a 7-point lead for the Vikings. Rutherford to Anderson for 3. A little bit of awkward rotation. It almost falls. Instead, a battle for the rebounds and a foul on Payne.
Payne gets called for that, but I don't think you mind that if you're Western Washington. You got your point guard in there battling for a rebound. And yeah, he went over the back there. I think that's a good call, and I don't think I've ever seen a player who agreed with the call on him.
16:25 to play first half here in Bellingham. The Clan with the basketball. Nice stop, turnaround. The jumper is short by Provenzano. Again, the rebound to the Clan. They've got some length. Putting it back up and in, that's Julian Roche.
2 more offensive rebounds. First it was Spence and Roche, both the guys we talked about in the open. The Vikings have to secure that defensive glass.
Lovelady, not sure if he was shooting or passing to Cam, but the basket will be credited to Lovelady. It's 12-5 Vikings.
I think he was going for the lob, but it counts for 2 points in the box score all the same.
Roche with the three from the top. If he can hit from out there, goodness.
Roche has only taken 17 threes coming into this one. He looks smooth on that stroke from the top of the key.
Jasinski with the drive and getting the shooter's touch. It's 14-8 Vikings, 15-20 to play first half.
Well, the second leading scorer in the GNAC certainly looks sharp early on, and Jasinski.
Spence is fouled under the basket. Foul will be on Trevor Jasinski.
Yeah, clear foul there on Jasinski. He got up in the air, and he did a good thing to not allow Spence to really get the shot off and maybe get a three-point play out of it.
15-15 to play first half. As you look at Jasinski's last basket, timeout on the floor, 14-8 Vikings here on Vikings TV.
That attempted lob from Lovelady, or what we think was an attempted lob, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll call it a nice floater here, Sean.
Nonetheless, 2 points for Luke Lovelady. 14-8 Vikings over the Simon Fraser clan early on here first half from Carver Gym in Bellingham, Washington here on WECU Court. Sean Wally and Matthew Bassett with you, along with our entire Vikings TV crew. The Clan doing a nice job of climbing back in this game.
Yeah, and they've done it on the offensive glass. They seem to be getting at least a second shot, sometimes a third on just about every possession. And the scary part is right now only down by 6. Their leading scorer, who's at the free throw line right now, hasn't even gotten going. That's Othniel Spence.
Spence short on the first free throw.
Shooting 85% on the year, so you wouldn't expect him to miss too many of those.
Knocks down the second one. It's 14-9, Vikings by 5.
Games are won and lost at the free throw line, and good thing for the Vikings, they're number 1 in the GNAC at 81% as a team from the free throw line. They just don't get there that much. They've only shot 100 free throws on the year in 6 conference games.
Payne directing traffic for Western Washington. Payne has it back. The skip pass to Lovelady. Tried to get it to Cam. Ball loose. And we are getting a shot clock violation on Western Washington.
And the Vikings have been patient with their offense early in this one, and that happens from time to time when you're patient. Sometimes you can be overly patient. Somebody's got to take that shot eventually.
Tucker Inigunberg into the game for the Vikings. Lovelady gets a breather. The Clan back on the offense. And a foul as hitting the deck is Moyo. And the foul assessed to Cam Rutherford of Western Washington.
Yeah, Bongani Moyo, that was a nice little handoff from Spence that turned into a screen, or excuse me, from Roche. That turned into a screen, and Moyo came off of it nicely.
Moyo misses the first free throw. Early on, before that first timeout, the Vikings hot shooting 75% from the field.
Yeah, they're running some really nice offense. Like I said, they've been patient, and it also helps when you got multiple guys knocking down threes in the early going, as we've seen from Leif and from Trevor.
Moyo misses both free throws. 14:25 to play first half. Payne to Jasinski.
Simon Fraser switching to a zone look on defense now.
Jasinski feeling it from the outside. That is 2 for 2 from downtown, 17-9 Vikings as Jasinski dials long distance.
And you want to make sure your zone is close to number 24 because he can shoot it from out there. And he said just over 20 points a game, second in the GNAC. Now has 8 points on the night already, and he had that nice, to go along with his 2 threes, he had that nice inside hand finish with the right hand on the left side of the hoop.
17-9 the count, 14-11 to play first half on the campus of Western Washington University. A border battle between Western Washington and Simon Fraser from north of the border.
And credit to the Vikings band for getting both of those national anthems, and they nailed both of them.
Simon Fraser down 8. They have the ball after the timeout. Nice ball movement by the Clan. And they're going to get Anderson on the foul.
That's Leif's first foul, but that's 16 fouls on the Vikings. 13:55 to go in the first half. One more foul, and they'll be in the 1-on-1. So, barring an offensive foul, Simon Fraser going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And there is a charge on the Clan, so the Vikings get a break.
And that's 2 on Spence. Remember, he's their leading scorer at 14.8 a game. So the junior from Ontario with 2 early fouls, and he's going to have to come out.
Spence will take a seat, and Jordan Muir-Keung checks in for the Clan. It's 17-9 Vikings. First half, 13:45 to play from Bellingham. Sean Wally, Matthew Bassett, and our entire Vikings TV crew. Anderson to the elbow, has the ball stripped away. Clan come away with it.
Yeah, I like the thought there from Anderson, but he's got to be a little stronger with the basketball than that, not to get it stripped down low.
Provenzano from the free throw line is short, but there for the rebound and putback, Julian Roche.
Roche at 9 points already early in this one. He has 9 out of their 11. Just a terror underneath the glass, and maybe just coming into his own as a redshirt sophomore.
17-11 Vikings. Inigunberg out of the corner. He knocks down the 3 in front of the Clan bench. 20-11 Vikings.
This is the classic battle. I love the contrast in styles here. Simon Fraser is doing all the work down low, but when you got that 3-ball falling, that's the great equalizer, and right now the Vikings are shooting well.
Speaking of shooting and doing it well, that's Jasdeep Singh answering for 3 for Simon Fraser.
Yeah, and I just hit Singh with the reverse broadcaster's curse as Singh buries a triple to answer the one on the other end from Enigenberg.
20-14 as the Vikings run their offense. Anderson open in the corner, gets the shooter's touch. That ball hit about every inch of that rim and fell in. 23-14 Vikings.
The local boy gets the local roll. These Bellingham rims are friendly to Leif Anderson.
Roche, the fake on the 3. Muir-Keung is fouled. Tucker Inigunberg hit with the foul for the Vikings.
Yeah, and that'll put Muir-Keung at the line for a 1-and-1. On the year, he's only attempted 12 free throws, but he's made 11 of them, so.
You take a look at that last 3-pointer by Anderson. Back on the other end. 23-15 Vikings.
Anderson almost got a roll on one of the other threes he tried earlier. His rims, they like the Bellingham product.
23-16 after the free throws. With 12 minutes to play, timeout on the floor. Western Washington 23, Simon Fraser 16. We'll return to Bellingham after this on Vikings TV.
There's that corner three from Enigenberg, the third player on Western Washington to knock down a triple in this first half. They're shooting 71.4% from three, Sean, 5 of 7 from downtown. But Simon Fraser only taking 2 attempts, but they've knocked them both down. Both teams are shooting the lights out here tonight.
It's a good recipe for success. 5 threes early on here in this first half for the Vikings, helping them to this 23-16 lead. Out of the timeout, they've got the ball. Enigenberg to the elbow, kicks it outside to Payne. 11:40 and counting first half. Payne back to Enigenberg, firing from the top, and a foul is called. So they say Enigenberg got hit on the elbow.
That's the cardinal rule of basketball that was just broken there, fouling a jump shooter. And Western Washington hasn't been getting to the foul line by attacking the hoop, but hey, if you can get gifted 3 free throws like that, and that's the right call. As people that haven't played basketball, you might think that's a touch foul. You can really throw off somebody's jumper by just a little slight touch on the elbow there.
Enigenberg hits the free throw. He will get 3. 24-16.
Enigenberg 8 of 10 at the line on the season for the Vikings.
If you can knock down the three-pointer as well as he can, you better be able to hit some free throws. It's a lot closer.
Make that 10 of 12 on the season with those 2 makes there. The perfect trip.
26-16, Vikings by 10. It is their largest lead of the night. Right now, 10 points. Roche working on Cam, and the floater from the elbow. Goodness.
Boy, this young man from New Brunswick is putting on a show here in Bellingham tonight. Roche in double figures now with 11. Also putting in that work on the glass with 3 offensive rebounds in the early going.
Payne wanted in on the three-point action, but he hit the right side of the rim. Back comes Simon Fraser. Singh looking inside to Muir Keong. Ball intercepted. Back come the Vikings. 10:45 to play here in Bellingham. 26-18. Vikings in the lead. Anderson resetting the offense. In front of the Simon Fraser bench. On the block to Enigenberg, and he is pushed and fouled.
That's a tough pass to Enigenberg there. Good hands, though, to corral it. Also draws a foul on Simon Fraser, so it gets this number. Yeah, there's the foul. Muir Keong came over the back. That's definitely a foul there, and that's the 4th team foul on Simon Fraser. So the Vikings are that much closer to being at the foul line, which is where you want to be when you shoot 81% as a team.
Anderson throws it all the way into the backcourt. Payne tracks it down. Enigenberg in the corner. He's trapped. 7 to shoot. Jasinski notices the shot clock. Throws up a 3. It's short. He wanted the foul, didn't get it. Ball out of bounds to the Vikings.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis at all levels of basketball about letting the shooter land. I think I agree with that call there from the officials. It was kind of a broken possession for the Vikings, and Jasinski was left in a position where he just had to hoist one up.
R.J. Seacrest into the game for Western Washington. Tyler Payne gets his first breather with 10-11 to play first half, and the nice touch to Enigenberg, and he floats it up and through the hoop. 28-18, Vikings by 10.
Both teams are just shooting the ball well from all over the floor tonight. Great offense we're seeing out here.
Singh the turnaround on the baseline, rims off. Seacrest across half court for Western Washington. Rutherford. Anderson, the behind the back dribble, steps back for 3, off back iron.
You know, it's clear this whole Vikings team, they kind of have that green light from downtown. I love that mentality.
Moyo taking too many steps, travels in the lane with 9:31 to play first half. That ball will go back to the Vikings.
You know, as a coach, you have to give your kids or your guys that that freedom to shoot the ball if they feel like it's a good shot, and always know that they're going to make those shots. Obviously, it's not going to go in 100% of the time, but you have to think like that.
Seacrest across half court. Vikings by 10, looking to add to it. Jasinski from the elbow, step back, the floater, high arcing shot, rims out. Rebound to Simon Fraser. Singh on the left block, backing down Lovelady, the turnaround, jump hook won't go. Out of bounds to Simon Fraser.
Good defense there by Lovelady, contest that jump hook by Singh and not foul. Unfortunately, the Vikings unable to corral another defensive rebound. It leads to an extra possession, or an elongated possession here for the Clan.
Mir Keong being guarded by Anderson. Singh with it. They work it to Bellotta, the deep three. That's short. Seacrest the rebound.
The first missed three for Simon Fraser of this contest.
8:30 to play, first half. 28-18, a bit of a scoring drought in the last minute or two here in Bellingham, and we have a foul on the floor.
Well, it looks like this is going to go on Lovelady after the steal.
Exactly is a foul on Lovelady.
That was.
You take a look at.
That's great defense there by Bellotta to anticipate. Lovelady turned his back. He came over with the help defense, and then Lovelady just reached a bit. It's a reactionary thing. Lovelady didn't expect him to be there. It's a tough foul, but the right call, and that's two on Lovelady. Or excuse me, that's his first.
Elijah Cotton Welsh into the game for the first time tonight for the Vikings. Bellotta sinks the first. He'll get a second. 28-19, Vikings by 9.
And the Vikings going deep into that bench early in this one.
Bellotta missed the second, rebound to Lovelady. 8:15 to play, first half here in Bellingham. 28-19, Vikings by 9. Inigunberg thought about the three, didn't shoot it, but did get a foul on Simon Fraser. Drew Bryson hit with the foul.
When you shoot the ball like Inigunberg does, you pull the defense out, and then you're able to do little things like that where you pump and you try to drive by him. He's been doing a great job of putting Simon Fraser in a little bit of foul trouble.
Inigunberg driving the baseline. Look at the touch on that floater. 30-19 Vikings.
Yeah, nice little stop and pop there from Inigunberg. He got to his spot and buried the mid-range shot.
Bryson the miss out of the corner for the Clan. Back come the Vikings. Lovelady, nice step in the paint, lays it up and in, and it's 32-19 Vikings.
Oh boy, with those long strides, Lovelady runs the floor so well and finishes on the offensive end.
Look at the great move by Lovelady. 7:38 to play. First half. We'll be back to Bellingham after this on Vikings TV.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Trevor Jasinski named to the Bevo Franchise Top 100 watch list. As you see the graphic on your screen there, over 1,200 players, you know, that are up for this award, not up for this award, that they had to sort through, and he was named to the top 100. So that shows you exactly the type of season that Jasinski is averaging over 20 a game in conference play, and with shots like that, you can see why they want him potentially for the Bevo Francis Award.
quite an honor when there's over 1,200 in the running.
Yeah, it's basically Division II and down, all levels of basketball below Division II at the collegiate level. All players are looked at for that award, and Jasinski was named to the top 100. I mean, even if you don't go any further than that, that's still an accomplishment in itself. But of course, we would like to see Trevor win the award when all's said and done.
There will be a trim down to the top 50 later on in the season. After the timeout, it's 32-19 Vikings as we get back to basketball. 7:22 to play. Simon Fraser with the ball, 10 to shoot. Look at the swat by Lovelady.
Boy, Lovelady's having a huge impact on this game, even in limited minutes. Great help defense as he saw the drive coming from Moyo, and he comes over and bats that out of the air.
5 to shoot, driving into the lane. Provenzano can't get it to fall. Seacrest the other way, taking it coast to coast. Look at the fake pass.
A little ball fake from Seacrest in the open floor, and then he finishes with the right hand. Beautiful move there.
34-19 Western Washington. 6:50 to play first half here in Bellingham. Provenzano. Bryson with it. Good ball movement. Bellotta has it now. He drives baseline. Too strong. Gets his own rebound and lays it up and in. 34-21 Vikings.
Nice move there from Bellotta. And way to stick with it as well. Really strong move. Strong athlete as he exploded to the rim.
Seacrest is fouled. Bellotta tried to reach in.
Going to say, you know, these minutes without Roche or Spence on the floor for Simon Fraser, how do they survive those minutes? They really haven't, as Western Washington has opened up that double-digit lead that we see there at 34-21, but now Roche and Spence both check back into the game with just over 6 minutes to play in the half.
Seacrest splitting the double team, finds Inigunberg, 10 to shoot for the Vikings. From the elbow, Tucker gets it to go. 36-21 Vikings.
Boy, Inigunberg is having himself a ball game. He's been very active, not afraid to shoot it, obviously. And he has 12 points to lead the way for the Vikings.
Bellotta answers, driving the baseline. 36-23, Simon Fraser trying to hang in there.
Yeah, Bellotta seems to like that baseline on the right side of the floor. He's gone there a couple times.
Inigunberg feeling it again. Shot won't count.
I think that's going to be the third foul on Spence.
You look at the last floater from Inigunberg that he knocked down, the off-balance shot, the back pedal.
I like how Inigunberg gets his feet underneath him. When you're on the move like that, it's hard to get your feet underneath you. He does a great job of setting and rising and firing over the defender off the bounce.
Inigunberg, the 6'3" junior out of Bakersfield, California. Hits the first free throw. It's 37-23 Vikings.
So that was the third foul on Spence. He had just checked back into the game after being out for over 6 minutes. Picks up his third foul this first half. You have to imagine their leading scorer at 14.8 a game is going to have to sit the rest of this half with 5:39 to go.
Inigunberg leading the way with 14 on the night for the Vikings, 38-23. A 15-point lead for Western Washington. Provenzano working on Jasinski. Players hit the deck and a foul is called away from the ball.
It looks like their feet just got tangled up there as Seacrest gets called for the foul. Well, not intentional, it is a trip, and Singh's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. At 9 team fouls to be the last 1-and-1 of the half for Simon Fraser.
Singh, great rotation on that shot, knocks down the first free throw. He will get one more. 38-24, the Vikings in the lead.
Singh, a 68% free throw shooter coming into this one, but he looked confident on both of those there.
38-25 after the free throws. Jasinski across half court for the Vikings. Inigunberg hands off to Lovelady. Seacrest finds ECW. 7 to shoot. Jasinski stops from 16. The high arcing shot won't go. Simon Fraser on the run. Bellotta for 3. Rims out. Foul as players battle for that basketball. Elijah Cotton-Welch hit with the foul. That's his first.
Yeah, if you're the Clan, and good things happen to you when you attack, both with the ball in your hands or not. And right now they're earning their way to the line with this aggressive mentality. How about this Inigunberg with 14 already in this first half, averaging 7.7 on the season so far. Already almost doubled that in just this first half.
Payne and Anderson return for the Vikings with 4:40 to play. First half, it's 38-25 Western Washington. Payne to Anderson. The hot hand is Inigunberg, pulling the trigger, draining the triple. He has 17, and we still have 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, first half.
Well, Inigunberg must have been watching the open when we talked about Leif Anderson's big night, and he wants his own open package.
Simon Fraser can't connect. Payne skies for the rebounds. Payne to who else? Tucker Inigunberg in the corner. Finds Jasinski on the block, going baseline, the spin. He is fouled, and he will head to the line.
Boy, they got out on the break, and Inigunberg was feeling it. He's calling for it in the corner. Payne didn't see him early enough, and the defense had some time to react. Otherwise, I'm sure Inigunberg wanted to pull that corner triple. But Jasinski will get to the line where he is an excellent free throw shooter.
One and one on the free throws. Jasinski's first will get him a second.
Shooting at over 89% on the year, 92 of 103. That named free throws they can be anything but at certain levels of back at the NBA level. They're anything but free. If you can shoot it at 90% like Jasinski is on the year, that's an accomplishment.
Inside 4 minutes left, first half from Bellingham, Washington. Western Washington up 43-25. Look who's back in the game. It's Roche into the lane. He's triple teamed. Singh driving. The floater doesn't go. Roche, the tap, no. Battle for the basketball. Inigunberg has it.
Yeah, the man of the hour, Inigunberg. Oh, we hit him with the broadcaster's curse there as he turns it over.
Getting the layup to go, Michael Provenzano for the Clan. It's 43-27 Vikings. 3:18 to play, first half.
Yeah, nice job by Provenzano to get that, come up with the steal and then seize the opportunity to go coast to coast for the lay-in.
Payne directing traffic in front of the Simon Fraser bench. Anderson wide open for 3. Of course it goes down. Seems like the majority of the Vikings can hit the 3 tonight.
It doesn't seem like they know how to miss.
46-27 after the Singh miss.
It's nice when you're the Vikings. You're 4-1 on the year in this gym. It's nice to come back home after a trip where maybe you wanted to win both the games on the road and conference play. You came up with a split. It's nice to come back home, and they're certainly feeling it here tonight.
Again, Roche and his size comes into play. He gets a slight rejection on Jasinski's shot. And there is Jasinski tapping that ball out of bounds. It will be Simon Fraser basketball after this timeout with 2:22 left to play. First half, Western Washington 46, Simon Fraser 27 here on Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to make a wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Here's that Leif Anderson triple, that last one. That's his third triple of the game. He's now 3 of 5 on the evening. The Vikings, Sean, shooting 58.3% from downtown. It's tough they're going to be tough to beat if you're shooting that high of a clip from the outside.
2:20 and counting first half. After the timeout, Clan with the ball. 46-27, Vikings. Down low, the Clan go, but that shot rejected by Bosco. KJ Bosco just into the game for Western Washington.
Boy, just checked in for the first time with about 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Bosco makes his presence known immediately.
There's Tyler Payne driving the left side of the lane. The touch off glass, 48-27, Vikings by 21.
That was a brilliant move by Payne there. Singh had his back to the basketball, and Payne kind of used Singh to pick his own player.
Michael Provenzano for a three, 48-30, Vikings.
5 points for Provenzano, a couple buckets late here in the second half, trying to keep the Clan in this one.
Bosco outside to Payne. Payne to Seacrest. 10 to shoot for the Vikings. Anderson calls out the play. 5 to shoot. Anderson in trouble, loses the ball. Payne picks it up, streaks to the basket, lays it up and in. 50-30, Vikings by 20 inside 1 minute.
Well, not the way the Vikings drew it up, but what a heads-up play there by Payne. He saw Anderson lose it, and he pounced on the loose ball and went right to the cup.
There's Julian Roche, a name we called early in this game, but not much lately. 50-32 Vikings.
Well, he went out for what seemed like probably his normal rotation. He's not in any sort of foul trouble. Actually, he has 0 fouls. Went out for his normal rotation. We didn't call him for a while. And the Vikings have also done a better job of putting more bodies and more attention toward big number 35.
Rutherford hands off to Payne. 7 to shoot. Payne from the right elbow. It won't go. Singh the rebounds. Shot clock is off. Final 15 seconds first half. Provenzano will hold for the final shot. 5 seconds, Provenzano, the floater over Cam Rutherford. What a teardrop.
That's a pretty looking floater there from Provenzano as he just teardropped it. You called it right over the top of Rutherford and got it to fall to end the half.
After one half of play, Western Washington 50, Simon Fraser 34. We'll return to Bellingham after this as you take a look at the final bucket of the first half. Provenzano dropping it right in your living room.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, Sean Wally, Matthew Bassett, our entire Vikings TV crew, as you look at some of the highlights from the first half. 50-34 the score, Western Washington leading Simon Fraser.
Yeah, and you get to see some of this hot shooting we've seen from the Vikings in that first half. Shooting 66.7% in the half. What an incredible display on offense, led by Tucker Eningenberg, who hasn't missed anything. He's 2 for 2 from 3, 5 of 5 overall from the field, and a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. The whole team is just shooting lights out. I think they're happy to be back home here in Bellingham.
No doubt they're liking some home cooking after the road trip that took them to Idaho and Ellensburg. And now they're back and liking the way this basketball game is going so far. 50 points, and they're actually trailing in rebounds, which is something that Simon Fraser wanted to do better on this game, and they have the rebounding advantage right now, 17-14, but that's not equating in a lot of points for Simon Fraser.
Yeah, and I mean, truthfully, it looked worse than that early on in that half as Simon Fraser came out and got right after it on the glass. The Vikings have made up ground in that regard and only are, trailed by a few rebounds now. But they have given up 10 offensive boards to Simon Fraser, and that's something they have to improve upon.
So you take a look at the conference standings here in the GNAC. St. Martin's at the top, tied at 5-1 with 4 total teams. St. Martin's, Northwest Nazarene, Western Oregon, and Seattle Pacific. And then there is a cluster in the center as well, Montana State Billings, and looky there, the Western Washington Vikings at 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3, but they've played 4 of the 6 on the road. They're 4-1 in this building here this year. Home sweet home, obviously, for these Vikings, and I think you'll see them climb the standings as they get more home games down the stretch.
We are set for second half action here in Bellingham as the final 20 minutes begin. Simon Fraser has the basketball, looking to cut into this Viking lead if they can. Bellotta for 3. It's a good way to start the half. 50-37 Vikings.
Yeah, Bellotta is the 3rd leading scorer on this team at 12.9 a game. He had a nice first half. I mean, he had to, especially with Spence getting in that early foul trouble, now back on the floor with those 3 fouls.
Payne, top of the key, finds Anderson for 3. Gets knocked down, no foul called. Rebound to Lovelady, ball loose. Battle for it. Simon Fraser has it.
It's nice to see the Vikings get an offensive rebound, but then Lovelady brought it down low and lost it, and Bellotta started off red hot.
Bellotta knocks down 2 threes to start the half. And Viking head coach Tony Dominguez not thrilled with how his team has started the first minute of the second half. As you see, Lovelady came down with an elbow to the back of the head of Jasinski, and he was slow to get up. You see Coach Dominguez there talking to his team. Not thrilled with the first minute of play, giving up 2 threes to Simon Fraser, and just like that, it's a 10-point Viking lead.
Yeah, Bellotta up to 11 points on the night, shooting a couple threes, or knocking down a couple threes here in this second half. Only shooting at 39% on the year, but showing that he's very capable of knocking them down from out there as the second half has begun with him knocking down a couple.
You know, Matthew, I'm still surprised as you look at the Simon Fraser bench that Simon Fraser, get back to my point in a second, you look at the elbow coming down on the back of Jasinski's head. Got to be careful with that, as much as everybody knows about concussions in sports these days, and I'm sure they will triple check, make sure everything is good to go with Jasinski. Make sure he is right before he is back in this ball game.
Yeah, you never be too careful with a blow to the head like that. And it's unfortunate. It was a twofold for the Vikings there, as I think Lovelady, part of the reason he lost the ball is because that elbow came down on Jasinski's head, and now you have Jasinski who's a little bit shaken up on the play. We'll hope for the best for him. And it looks like he's getting up off the bench and he's ready to go back in the game, so he seems to be just fine.
There is Jasinski heading back out to the floor. Simon Fraser still surprised in that first half. They went away from Julian Roche. He has 13 points, 4 rebounds, and a block. And he had a big part of that first half on the bench.
Yeah, he had a big spell out on the bench, and I just, not having seen Simon Fraser before, I just assume that's probably his normal rotation. Coaches try to stick to those normal rotations, especially with the effort that the big man was putting out there. Zone defense here from Simon Fraser, maybe trying to protect Spence a bit from picking up another foul. We've seen him go to the zone a couple times, but zones can kind of protect guys if you have a guy in foul trouble, especially your leading scorer.
5 to shoot. Green in the corner. Short rebound to Lovelady. Lovelady resets, gets it out to Payne.
Lovelady with another offensive rebound. Nice start to this second half for him on the offensive glass.
Anderson for 3, and the whistle. Potential 4-point play for LA.
That's the 4th triple of the contest for LA.
Take a look at Anderson hitting the triple, getting fouled, to the delight of his Viking teammates.
He'll go to the line to convert that 4-point play, but boy, between the hot hands of Enigenberg, who just checked back in, and Anderson, good luck beating the Vikings on a night like tonight.
Anderson misses the free throw. Back on the other end, we have a potential 3-point play coming for the Clan. Bucket is good. Foul on Enigenberg. Basket good, and going to the line, that is a Balata.
That's the second time Balata has missed his initial attempt and then gotten his own rebound and put it back up. He's 6'4", and he has a strong build, 200 pounds. It's a tough guy to move once he gets down there.
Only a freshman out of Montreal. 10-point game. Vikings 53, Simon Fraser 43 here in Bellingham. Sean Wally, Matthew Bassett, and our entire Vikings TV crew with you. Enigenberg going down low to Jasinski, moving without the ball. Luke Lovelady for the 2-hand dunk.
And Lovelady hits him with the flex to show off the pipes there. Nice movement without the ball by Lovelady, and he gets the flush.
And there is Roche on the other end with the 1-hand hook.
Roche has an array of moves down near the hoop, and the post game is kind of a lost art in 2019 in the game of basketball, but boy, his footwork is something special, this young man Roche.
Enigenberg firing from 16, leaving off where he was in the first half, knocking down shots.
He's feeling it. He was the first one out of the tunnel. He was excited to get this second half started with the way he played in that first half.
57-45 Vikings, 17:05 to play. Into the lane, Provenzano with the floater. 10-point Viking lead.
Sorry, partner. Provenzano ended that first half with a floater, and there you see him hit another one. He had 7 points late in that first half, now up to 9 after that one. He might even score the last 7 for Simon Fraser in that first half.
Enigenberg out of the corner. This one rims out. Rebound to Roche. His pass is loose, picked up by Payne. Payne to TJ, firing the 3, knocking it down. His head must feel all right.
I don't know if the Vikings know how to miss anymore.
60-47 Western Washington.
Both teams playing brilliant offense here this evening. And it continues.
Jasdeep Singh, the turnaround. It is 60-49 Vikings as we approach 16 minutes left in Bellingham.
Yeah, they were doing that earlier where they post Singh on the opposite block from Roche and then go with whatever matchup they like the best. And Singh certainly has the length to post up down there at 6'8".
Down on the baseline, a foul is called. That foul is on Spence, his 4th. Second team foul. Timeout on the floor as you take a look at Lovelady, the big dunk earlier here in this half. Different views. Lovelady rocking the rim. 60-49, Vikings by 11. Will return after this on Vikings TV. Welcome back to Western Washington University at Carver Gym. Here on WECU Court, Sean Wally alongside Matthew Bassett with 15:50 to play. Western Washington inbounds after the timeout. Gunberg looking down low for Jasinski. Jasinski, one dribble, fires up a floater, too strong, off the far side of the rim. Lovelady the rebounds.
It's Lovelady's third offensive rebound in the second half.
Payne resetting the offense. Jasinski working on Bellotta. Into the lane, Jasinski, no foul called. Lovelady again the rebound. Ball is loose, but he cannot hang on to it. Out of bounds to Simon Fraser.
Well, you love the hustle from Lovelady going after the offensive glass. And he's starting off this second half the same way Roche attacked him in that first half. Extra possessions being had for the Vikings because of the work that Lovelady's putting in.
Bellotta missing the three. Jasinski the rebounds. 14:55 left. Jasinski to the rack off window, too strong. He falls to the court. Bellotta down low to Roche. The quick turnaround off glass. Roche doing good things. 60-51. Single-digit lead now for the Vikings.
Boy, Roche running the floor, back to the hoop, knows where he is at all time, and then with the extension on that hook shot and the touch to finish it off the window. It's a special basketball player.
Foul called away from the basketball.
Moyo got a little too handsy with Jasinski as Jasinski just went over there to set a screen.
RJ Seacrest returns for Western Washington as Lovelady has it on the baseline. Can't get it to go, but he is fouled. That's two quick fouls back-to-back on Moyo.
Boy, his activity level, Lovelady, just gives defenses such a difficult time because as a defense, you like when guys stay still, but of course that's not the way basketball is supposed to be played, is staying still, but Lovelady with his level of activity, it's tough for anybody to hang with him.
Lovelady, the sophomore out of Tacoma, Washington. Hits the first free throw, back to a 10-point Viking lead. Love that look from our basket cam.
Not on that second shot so much in the first.
Absolutely. Vikings by 10, 14:20 left here in Bellingham at WECU Court. Bellotta to Moyo. They're going right back to Roche, and why not? Roche, double team, loses the ball. Jasinski has it, and he is fouled by Singh.
Great help defense by Jasinski. I mean, at 6'7", with that length, he sticks a hand in there, helps to create the turnover as Lovelady was behind Roche.
Look at the battle for the basketball, and Singh basically just grabs Jasinski, knowing if he doesn't, he's off to the races.
Yeah, it was a 2-on-1. That's a smart foul there from Singh. only his second personal. But 5 team fouls on Simon Fraser. Remember, it was the Vikings that got in foul trouble in that first half. Now it's the Klan's turn.
Gunberg can't get the short floater. Now a battle for the basketball, and Gunberg hit with the foul.
Yeah, I like the thought there by the Vikings, but Seacrest and Gunberg to trap off of that rebounder. They were both in the area. You just can't reach in that situation. You had the Klan in a tough spot. They were going to have to break some pressure just to get across midcourt.
Provenzano across half court for the Klan. Down low to who else? Julian Roche, 61-53. The Klan are creeping back in.
19 points for Roche. He's averaging almost 14 on the year. Certainly improving upon that here tonight.
Gunberg misses the three. The Klan having trouble collecting the basketball, but they get it to Singh for the three from straight away. Don't look now, but it's a 5-point game. Vikings 61, Klan 56. Vikings take a timeout with 13:07 to play. So you take a look at Singh knocking down the three. We'll be back on Vikings TV.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to Western Washington University. Sean Wally alongside Matthew Bassett and our entire Vikings TV crew. 13:07 to play, second period. And the Simon Fraser Klan have made this game very interesting. Western Washington leads, but it's only 61-56.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't even seem like the Vikings have cooled off that much from the outside. The big difference has been the Klan have heated up.
Jasinski in front of his own bench, drives baseline, and a foul is called.
You know, it's amazing. We've talked so much on this broadcast about Leif and about Gunberg, and you look down and Jasinski has 13 points and he's doing it on the glass. We just saw him come up with a steal a few minutes ago, and there he draws the foul on the baseline.
Look at that nice pass by Jasinski to Cam Rutherford. Rutherford is fouled and will head to the free throw line.
I like that there. Bellata took a foul from behind on Rutherford, and he knows he kind of surprised Rutherford. A little bit of a dangerous foul, nothing malicious in it, but he went over and said, my bad, and shook the hand of Rutherford afterwards. You know, the sportsmanship not lost on these guys, even in a tough conference battle like this.
Rutherford misses the first. 12:48 to play, second half. Cam gets the second to fall. 62-56 Vikings. Can the Klan come all the way back? Provenzano works off the screen, and a foul is called on the Vikings' Payne.
So that's only the second missed free throw of the night for the Vikings. Amazingly enough, they've taken 5 less free throws than Simon Fraser, but both teams have hit 8.
Bellata to inbound for the Klan. Throws it into the backcourt. Tracked down by Moyo. Moyo has it back to Roche. Go down low to Bellata. Foul is called, basket will count, and the Clan keep climbing back.
Bellotta with 16 points now, and even more important, that's the 4th foul on Enigenberg. And they set that play up for him. They like that matchup with Bellotta on Enigenberg. And again, that frame of Bellotta as a guard. He has guard skill, but he's 6'4", 200 pounds. And you talked about earlier, a freshman. It's an impressive physique, and you see him going to work there on the block.
62-58. Vikings fans, your eyes do not deceive you. Vikings were up at least 20 at one point. Jasinski, the laser pass, but it's out of bounds. A turnover. Back to the Clan.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. It looked like Green was going to cut back door. Green stopped, but Jasinski fired the pass.
Inside 12 minutes to play. It's a 3-point game. I thought they missed that free throw, and they did add a free throw for Simon Fraser. They can tie it with a 3, and they're trying to, and they do. Unbelievable. The Clan have come all the way back. That 3 by Bellotta. We're tied at 62.
And the freshman Bellotta is the leading scorer in the game now with 20. Averages just under 13 on the year.
Jasinski from outside the elbow puts the Vikings back in front, 64-62.
He gained so much separation with that step back. At 6'7", it's unfair. Nobody's going to be able to contest that.
11-10 to play, second half. Clan looking to tie or take the lead. Roche. One dribble, finds Singh. Bellotta, 5 to shoot, splits the double team, throws it up, a prayer off window, does not go. Jasinski with the rebound.
Oh, if he had got that in the fall. Watching him play, you wonder how he averages only 13 a game. He looks spectacular here this evening.
Payne outside to the big man Rutherford for 3. Off the rim. Payne skies for the rebound.
Yeah, you like Payne sticking around. He was already underneath the hoop. He stuck around, see if he can grab an offensive rebound and buys an extra possession here for the Vikings.
Payne off the screen from Cam. But now goes down low on the block to Rutherford. His shot is short. Battle for the basketball. Simon Fraser has it. Provenzano wide open in the corner to Singh. Rims out. Ball out of bounds. Simon Fraser basketball.
Well, that was the look, too, that could have given Simon Fraser their first lead since I believe the opening bucket of the game.
62.
10:08 to play. Western Washington leads 64-62. We'll return after this on Vikings TV.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub. With exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours. The home of Division II college sports.
Welcome back to Bellingham, Washington, and your next chance to see the Vikings in action here on Vikings TV is just 2 days away, Thursday evening, from right here at Carver Gym and WECU Court, as the Vikings take on who else but Montana State Billings.
Another good one here, and I know that these Vikings love playing on this home floor, but they've gone cold a bit in the second half. Shots not falling like they were in that first frame.
Shots are falling for Roche and the Clan. We're tied at 64 inside 10 minutes. This is going to be an exciting final 10 minutes for sure.
And Simon Fraser is yet to lead in this game. This is the third tie we've had at 64 all.
It's a complete role reversal, flip-flop of shooting percentages for these two teams. Simon Fraser, so far this second half, 73%, and now we have a mental error shot clock violation by the Vikings.
Yeah, just a little too patient there on offense. We saw one shot clock violation in that first half for the Vikings. Somebody's got to take a shot eventually. And, you know, the shots stopped falling and everybody maybe a little hesitant to shoot when we didn't see that in the first half when they were shooting 70%.
Jalen Green takes a seat. R.J. Seacrest returns for Western Washington. 9:25 to play. We are tied at 64. Simon Fraser can take the lead, believe it or not. The floater off glass, and they don't get the shooter's touch, but they get the loose ball, but a foul is called. Who will it be on? It'll be on Simon Fraser. Jasdeep Singh hit with the foul.
Look at the way Lovelady gets up and down off the floor. He contests the shot, comes back, gets the defensive rebound, and then he'll get to go to the line at the other end. Again, his effort, big time tonight.
First we've seen tonight, Micah Wynn in the game for the Vikings. Hopefully can bring a spark. As the Vikings once led by 21, and now they lead by 1.
Still shooting really well at the foul line. And you're going to win a lot of games. Shoot the 3 ball, the free throws, like we've seen from Western Washington. But again, the broadcaster's curse. My apologies to Lovelady.
Luke showing his frustration, missing that shot. Vikings by 1. Simon Fraser on the block to Singh. And Jasinski hit with the foul on the reach around.
It's only his second personal. The 5th team foul on the Vikings. Simon Fraser with 8. The Vikings will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Bellata off the inbound. Singh for 3. Short. Rebound to Lovelady.
Simon Fraser having trouble getting over that hump, trying to get their first lead of the contest.
Seacrest to Lovelady. TJ in front of his own bench, drives baseline, goes up, reverse, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, and the putback is good. He's fouled. Potential 3-point play.
Boy, at 6'7", with his frame, you better put a body on him after he goes to the hoop. He sticks around and nobody bodies him up. Bellata, even with his frame, didn't want a part of it. You see TJ with the strength, with the putback, and a chance at a 3-point play.
Trevor out of Camas, Washington converts the 3-point play, and it's now a 4-point Viking lead, 68-64, 8:25 to play here in Bellingham.
TJ is 3 of 3 at the line tonight, improving on that 89.3% average coming in.
Roche the miss. Battle for the basketball. Seacrest and the Vikings have it. Up to Jasinski, drives baseline off window, doesn't get it to go. A foul is called on Simon Fraser.
And how about the awareness from TJ? He knew the big man Roche had to step out and defend him on the floor, so right when he caught that, he had a blow-by on Roche, and Roche did everything he could to contest the shot and just got some of the arm, and that'll put the fantastic free throw shooter TJ at the line.
Nothing but net on the first. A 5-point Viking lead.
TJ's right about his season average at 19, averaging 20.8 in conference play.
70-64 Vikings. Inside. 8 minutes to play on WECU Court inside Carver Gym, the campus of Western Washington University. Simon Fraser fought back in this game very well. We have a foul on RJ Seacrest of the Vikings with 7:51 to play in this one. Vikings lead 70-64. Will return on Vikings TV.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, Sean Wally and Matthew Bassett with you. 7:51 remaining. Western Washington climbing back on top, up 70-64.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing room. We got a little dicey there for the Vikings as we were tied a couple times. There were 3 ties in this game at 62-62 and 64-64 most recently. But the last 6 have been scored by the Vikings as they try to open up that lead. Again, you talked about it earlier. The largest it's been is 21.
Ends the 6-0 run. Michael Provenzano with the jumper, 70-66 Vikings.
Provenzano's looked good tonight. He's now in double figures.
Seacrest to Michael Wynn. The fresh legs knock down the triple. 73-66 as Wynn is welcome to this game.
That's incredibly difficult to do, to sit out 3/4 of the game and come in and knock down your first shot attempt. Wynn buries a triple, and it puts the Vikings up by 7.
Nice spin by Bellotta. Driving baseline, doesn't get it to go. Second try, he is fouled. Lovelady hit with the foul. So you look at on the other end, Micah Wynn, his 3.
Boy, Wynn has that kind of Lonzo Ball almost release where he released it from the left side of his body, but it worked okay that time. And then Lovelady gets hit with the foul down at the other end. Lovelady did a great job of going up straight up on the first contest, but then he just came over the top of Bellotta as Bellotta again misses, but then sticks with it, gets his own rebound. We saw TJ do that a couple possessions ago for the Vikings, and Bellotta's done it about 3 or 4 times tonight.
Bellotta misses the second. Jasinski skies for the rebound. 73-67, Western Washington in the lead. Seacrest off the Jasinski screen. Lovelady going hard on the right side of the paint. Can't get it to go. Ball tapped out of bounds by the Vikings.
And Jasinski seems to have elevated his activity level on the glass here as he now has 5 rebounds. And you don't become on the top 100 watch list for an award like the Bevo Francis Award if you're not willing to get after it on the glass and do multiple things on the floor. You can't just be a scorer and be successful in the game of basketball. You have to have a well-rounded game, and TJ certainly has that.
Singh backing down on Jasinski, turns on the block, throws up a prayer, doesn't go, but there for the rebound and the miss is Bellotta. Ball out of bounds to Western Washington.
Oh, Bellotta knows he should have finished that one. He comes down with another offensive rebound and is just unable to put it back up and in.
Spence returns for Simon Fraser. Returning for the Vikings, Payne and Seacrest will take a seat.
Spence with that foul trouble, only 1 point tonight. Averages 14.8 on the year.
Payne hands off to Anderson. Micah Wynn just nailed a three. Wynn feeling it from the top, short. Sing the rebound.
A little bit of a stagnant offensive possession there for the Vikings. Just couldn't get anything going towards the hoop.
Sing, top of the key to Spence. Roche can't get the jumper to fall. Ball out of bounds. It is Viking basketball.
Well, we saw Roche knock one down early on. He's taken less than 23s on the year, but he looks confident when he steps out there.
Jasinski inbounds to Payne. Payne across half court. Payne getting instruction from head coach Tony Dominguez. Jasinski, look at those quicks, into the lane, finds Lovelady, but an offensive foul will be called on TJ.
How about the big man, Roche, moving his feet, getting set in front of Jasinski and drawing the offensive foul. Yeah, they'll call it at all levels of basketball. Even though it was on the pass, Jasinski gets hit with the charge calls. Roche did a good job of getting over there.
That Roche, that's a big tree to fall.
Yeah, I don't imagine that the contact from Jasinski was enough to knock Roche over like that. But again, you have to fall to get that charge call. It's just kind of the way the game's developed over the years.
Bellata an air ball, but there is Singh for the rebound, gets it to Roche, who goes off window and in. 73-69, 4:35 to play in Bellingham.
Yeah, that's a good call tonight. If you're wearing red, get the ball to big number 35. He's having himself a ball game.
Micah Wynn driving in the paint. He is fouled, and Wynn will head to the line for two shots.
Boy, Wynn has just attacked since he's come into the game. No hesitation at all to shoot the basketball, and that's there's that bucket from Roche. Nice little pass, high to low from Singh to Roche. And then Roche with that touch. When he gets on that block on his right-hand side, it's pretty tough to stop. There's no way you can contest it with as high as he releases.
We've seen him hit a three in the first half.
Yeah.
Not afraid to shoot the basketball by any means.
Yeah, talking to their coaching staff before the game for Simon Fraser, they said, in practice, he likes to pretend like he's a point guard from time to time. I can only imagine that.
Wynn makes one of two for the Vikings. 74-69, 4:15 to play on WECU Court inside Carver Gym. Simon Fraser back on the attack. Singh wastes no time, rises and drops it down. 74-71, the Clan hanging in there.
Nice looking stroke there from Singh. The complimentary scoring is certainly there for the Clan tonight, and they pull back within three.
Wynn finds Anderson for three. Splash. L.A. for three.
That's the fifth triple of the night for Leif. And he's lighting it up here, again, coming off that 21-point performance a couple games ago.
It's a foul on the floor. Tyler Payne hit with the foul for Western Washington. With 3 minutes, 33 seconds remaining here in Bellingham.
Boy, and Leif doesn't need much time to get off those triples. That's 5 on the night as he extends the lead to 6.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington. The final 3:33. Western Washington leads 77-71, and a part of that reason is Leif Anderson. He has 15 tonight.
All of them coming from downtown, and boy, his release is just so quick. And where that starts is when you get your feet set. It all starts with those feet, and he has his feet set ready to shoot every time he touches the basketball, and it's worked out well for him and the Vikings tonight. Provenzano knocks down the free throw.
Second one as well, 77-73, Vikings by 4. 3:30 and counting at Western Washington University on WECU Court. Payne directing traffic for the Vikings. To win. The bounce pass to Jasinski. Goes outside to Payne. And a foul is called. And that most likely, see who it is on. That is Spence, his 5th.
Spence has certainly had better nights as he fouls out with 1 point. What it's done is it's caused other guys for Simon Fraser to step up. And boy, have they. I mean, you got Provenzano and Singh with 13 points apiece. Roche up at 23. Bellotta, the freshman, with 21. Simon Fraser hasn't gone nearly as deep into their bench as Western Washington. We've seen the Vikings play 10 guys, whereas Simon Fraser's really had about a 7-man rotation the entire night.
Payne makes it a 5-point game, 78-73 Vikings. 3:05 to play. Who wants it more? The Clan down 5. Roche, his shot rejected by Lovelady. Ball loose, out of bounds to Western Washington.
Lovelady got tired of seeing the ball come off from Roche's hands and go in the hoop. What a block there by Lovelady. He gets up off the floor so quick there, you see on the block shot, and then he contests for the rebound, the loose ball afterwards.
Jasinski across half court for the Vikings. Hands off to Payne. 2:40 to play here in Bellingham, Washington. Anderson works off the screen, the left-hand dribble, hands off to Wynn. Wynn rises, the shot is short. Lovelady could have caught it, didn't see it in time. Simon Fraser takes over.
Yeah, probably not the shot the Vikings wanted there. Contested long 2 from Micah Wynn.
Vikings head coach Tony Dominguez telling his team we need a stop. Vikings by 5. 2:20 to play. Singh to Bellotta. Bellotta off the screen. Bellotta fires a 3, just rims out, but there's Roche. The putback, count it. He's bumped, fouled, and he'll head to the line.
He's gotten it done on the offensive glass all night. That's his 5th offensive rebound. And with the putback, he's now up at 25 points as you see him soar for the rebound. And Wynn had no chance on his back. And there was just no body on the big man, Roche.
6'11", tough to stop. The rim stopped him that time. He does not convert the 3-point play. A 3-point Viking lead. 2 minutes left. Wynn to the rack, off window and in. 80-75 Western Washington.
Boy, Wynn's been settling for jump shots to start this one, but he just exploded to the rim and finished nicely with the left there.
Bellotta trying to do the same. He does. Foul is called. Basket will count.
Foul's going to go on Lovelady as he gets called for his 4th. I thought he did a good job of going up vertically. Bellotta did a fantastic job of finishing. Yeah, I like the verticality there by Lovelady. Tough call, though. That's one of the toughest calls in all of sports to make. It's a bang-bang play, and Bellotta converts, though. Credit to him for converting the 3-point play.
A 2-point lead for the Vikings. Will the home cooking help them out here tonight? Just 1:35 remain. Payne off the Lovelady screen. Gets it to Lovelady. Lovelady outside to win. 10 to shoot. Business is picking up here in Bellingham. Lovelady to the rack. He is fouled. Count the basket, and the Vikings answer.
Lovelady is so decisive when they run those pick and rolls with him. He catches the ball and immediately attacks Roche. Gets the big man moving his feet, as you see here, and then goes in to negate the shot block and finishes off the window. They asked him if he was looking to buy, Sean. He said, no thanks, I'm just window shopping.
Lovelady doing good things on the floor for the Vikings. Knocks down the free throw, converts the three-point play, 83-78. Vikings by 5. Will the Clan answer back? Bellotta, the triple is short, right into the hands of Anderson.
Yeah, typically you get your bigs that are going to be the guys getting the rebounds, and Lovelady's up almost in double figures in rebounds tonight, but it's a team effort on the defensive glass, and there you see Leif with one of the biggest defensive rebounds of the game coming away with it, and now Western Washington can really start to work the clock.
Payne to win in the corner. Win, his shot is short, out of bounds, last touched by Simon Fraser.
And Moyo jumped from out of bounds to try to save that ball, but his feet weren't established inbounds.
44 seconds remain in this one here in Bellingham. Timeout on the floor. Western Washington with an 83-78 lead.
And they're going to review this. I think they're checking to see if maybe the ball had hit out off of a Western Washington player before Moyo attempted to save it.
Really a big call here because Simon Fraser down 5. If the Vikings score again, that pretty much puts it out of reach.
Yeah, down 5. If Western Washington has the ball, then you're in a situation where you're the Clan. You have to start fouling. You have to put the Vikings at the line and hope they miss. But again, they're shooting 81% as a team in conference play coming into this one, leading the GNAC by a considerable margin. This is not the team you want to have to put at the foul line at the end of a game.
Simon Fraser caught fire starting this second half. They were down 21 at one point. They trail by 5. It's been a valiant effort by the Clan here in the second half. It's a fun game, and that's what you get in the GNAC.
Yeah, and you got Leif. He's the local product, right? Born and raised here in Bellingham, and he's got his support group. They're a little shy about being on the big screen, it would seem.
Look at the Simon Fraser huddle, see if they can come up with a plan for the Clan as they trail by 5, and we'll see what the officials have decided. They're discussing it at center court.
Trying to get a glimpse. The monitor they're using is at the far end of the table from us. I'm trying to get a glimpse of that monitor, see if I can get a peek at what they're looking at so we can maybe get an indication of which way this call is going to go. And it's a big one. If it's Western Washington basketball, which is the call on the floor, so if they don't have anything conclusive, they got to stick with that. Simon Fraser is going to have to intentionally foul. There's a fresh 30 seconds up on that shot clock.
Viking head coach Tony Dominguez asking the official at center court what is taking so long, and he just called him over.
It's going to be Western Washington basketball.
Indeed it will. White basketball, which is Western Washington.
Maybe they went back to the scorer's table to see what the shot clock situation was going to be or the time on the game clock right now. Okay, so they just added about a second and a half. One from...
After all that, Simon Fraser takes the timeout. They need extra time to figure out the final 46 seconds.
Well, I understand that. I mean, you you go into that, you're not sure which way the call's going to go. We didn't have the replays up on the board here to know which way. There was no indication of which way the call was going to go. Now they have to get their strategy right. Now they know, hey, are we going to go for the steal and then maybe immediately foul? Who are the guys you want to foul? Those are the things these coaches are going to talk about. From Western Washington, you say, okay, what guys do we want at the free throw line? I think we know that starts and ends with TJ. And then from the Simon Fraser point of view, what guys do we want to put at the free throw line? You see this all-guard lineup pretty much for the Vikings. Jasinski at 6'7", the biggest player out there.
Anderson gets it into Payne. Final 45 seconds here in Bellingham. Payne to Inigunberg. Wisely held the basketball to let that clock tick down. And Inigunberg is fouled.
With the way he's been shooting tonight, it looked like he wanted to pull that from the corner, but he did the wise thing and waited for the foul to come. He knew it was on its way. Good ball movement for the Vikings. They're able to run almost 8 seconds off the clock.
Inigunberg with 19, now 20 on the night. Tying Trevor Jasinski for the team high. Inigunberg out of Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, he didn't miss a shot in that first half, and now he's still perfect at the free throw line. 6 of 9 from the field, a perfect 7 of 7 at the foul line, and leads the team with 21 points.
Inigunberg has a seat. Lovelady returns. 85-78. Simon Fraser needs to have a little more urgency. Inside 30 seconds. Roche. Singh with it. One dribble, a three is good. 85-81. Timeout Simon Fraser with 20 seconds left.
Well, it took the Clan a while to get that shot off. Singh made it pay off, but a good defensive possession for Western Washington for the most part. See if we can get the replay there. So yeah, 16 seconds came off the clock on that possession. 18 seconds, I apologize. 18 seconds came off the clock on that possession. Singh got the three ball that the Clan were looking for, but still trailing by 4 with 20 seconds left. A tall order for the Clan at the moment.
85-81 the score as you look at the Clan as they break their huddle. The school from Canada. They've done a valiant job here in the second half to get back in this game and tie it. They were down 21 at one point. .20 seconds left. Yeah. Vikings by 4.
They first tied it up at 62, and they were tied again at 64. And then after a couple of buckets by Jasinski and a free throw by Lovelady, Western Washington opened up a 6-point lead and hasn't looked back since.
Anderson fires a pass that Michael Wynn catches, and he is quickly fouled. Wynn will head to the line. Foul on Drew Bryson. Bryson from nearby Arlington, Washington.
So Wynn, a 75% free throw shooter on the year, 27 of 36.
You can hear a pin drop as he was getting set to shoot that free throw.
I like his mentality. I can't say enough about what Michael Wynn has done to sit out for 3/4 of the game and then come in and be able to shoot the ball like this. The redshirt junior from Los Angeles, California, at Crenshaw High School, knocks down both free throws. The third leading scorer on the year coming into this one at 10.4 a game.
87-81, Vikings by 6. 18 seconds left here in Bellingham. They need a 3 and quickly. Instead, Provenzano for 2. Battle for the basketball. And I believe Payne is fouled.
How about that? The shortest guy on the floor, at least the shortest guy wearing white on the floor, comes down with the rebound, and the rebound that'll likely seal it for the Vikings. as they'll get up over 500 in conference play on the year. Look at him sky for the rebound. It even looked like he mistimed his jump, maybe jumped a little early. But he has some hang time that I've never dreamed of having. He comes down with the rebound. Now he rolls in a free throw. Nice touch there from Payne.
Payne, the senior out of Long Beach, California, putting this game on ice for the Vikings. 89-81, final 5 seconds. Singh for three. It's off the left side of the iron. Michael Wynn, the rebound, and that is how the Vikings will end this one victorious, 89-81.
What a show here by the Vikings. I mean, you can't look at conference records and think that any game is going to be easy, and I certainly know the Vikings didn't take Simon Fraser lightly despite that 1-5 record in conference play coming in for the Clan, but the Simon Fraser battled back. Vikings dug in. Jasinski came up with a couple of big buckets to give them the separation they needed coming down the stretch, but they got contributions from up and down the roster. I mean, look at the 21 points from Enigenberg, Jasinski with 20, Leif Anderson with the 5 triples, 15 points from number 13. Oh, that's Leif's 15 points. Just an incredible performance from the Vikings tonight.
Really a tale of two halves. Western Washington had a huge first half, got out to a 21-point lead. Second half, the Clan battled back and made it a game.
They did. Like I said, credit to them, and you can never take conference games lightly. These teams see each other twice every year. I don't care what the records say, it's going to be a fight, and you saw it on the glass. Both teams were battling the entire way. Both teams played well offensively. It was a tale of two halves, but in the end, even though they went cold for a spell in that second half, the Vikings did have enough in the tank to pull out the victory and, like I said, get back over 500 in conference play.
You got it right. Enigenberg leading the way with 21, followed by who else? TJ with 20 for Western Washington.
And then 15 from Leif, 11 from Lovelady, 9 from Payne, 8 from Wynn. When you're getting balanced scoring, it's just tough because you can't key in on any one guy. You know, you've seen games this year where you can key in on TJ. Tonight, who are you gonna key in on? If you leave TJ, you got Enigenberg. If you leave him, or if you double him, then you got Leif. You can't key in on any one guy when the whole team is contributing like they were today. I was really impressed with Lovelady. He kind of got hit in the mouth early, and not in an actual sense, but with the way Roche played early on, Lovelady battled and had a terrific basketball game with 11 points and 9 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end.
If Western Washington, they're in a good spot right now. They've got a lot of home cooking. They can get some rest. This is the first of 4 straight home games. If they're going to make a move in the GNAC, the time is right now.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it in the Open. I mean, they played some of their toughest games already in the GNAC. They played 4 of their 6 before tonight were away from this building, and that's always tough to go on the road. We talked about the bus rides that it takes at this level. To go on the road and win games, it's tough. And again, every conference game's a battle, and you play teams like St. Martin's, you play teams like Seattle Pacific on the road. Those are tough games to win, but they come out of it, now they're 4-3. They got 3 more consecutive home games, a chance to really make some headway in the standings and start feeling good about themselves before they go on the road again.
That's the voice of Matthew Bassett. My name is Sean Wally. For everybody here at Vikings TV, the Vikings are victorious, 89-81. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you next time here on Vikings TV.